building. Northeast Portland original. You dig? It is. What up to all my G's on the north side? It's what we doing right here, West Coast G'ism. Audio pharmaceuticals, this is the dope jam. I'm serving them kilos, pounds, zips, and grams. Exploit my brand, move from a grand to a billion. While these culture vultures exploiting the black children. They hate to see the black man winning. Hot topic trending. These crackers would rather see me murdered than locked up in prison. Mass incarceration, the new school slave shit. Why these cool niggas think they made it cause they rich and famous? Oh, you the man cause you're making major figures. I see you shining, profile getting bigger. Bad white chick on your arm, guess who's coming to dinner. And at the very moment you realize you're still a nigga. But I ain't hating, man, I love all women. But this one's for the butter pecan chocolate drops. I love my sisters. And when I pump my fist up, I tell all blacks to click up. Second Amendment clip up and tear this motherfucker up. Yes, we gon' rock the jam and let them know just who I am. Well, strong and black and we unapologetic. Injustice won't stop as long as we keep letting it rise up, black man.
Double law in the building, aka Ray Ray. Double law in the building, aka Ray Ray.
Double law in the building, aka Ray Ray.
Check it out now.
Yes. It's double law in the building. Northeast Portland original. You dig? It is. What up to all my G's on the north side? It's what we doing right here, West Coast G'ism. Audio pharmaceuticals, this is the dope jam. I'm serving them kilos. What up, though? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the PDXDOPE Live podcast, and I'm your host, Mr. Ray Nelson Jr., aka Ray Ray of G'ism, aka Double R. This is a good Friday. I only had to go back to work. I went back to work on Thursday, so it's been 2 days though, so really ain't nothing. I've been off work all this time, but to those of you that slaved and worked that 40-hour or more work week, salute to you for getting through it. But anyway, we're back at it again with another one. Renaud will be joining us late here, but I'm going to go ahead and get my panel on the board today. We got my man, Mr. Ivy Mays in the building. What's happening, brother?
What's going on?
You got it. All right. We got Miss Clara in the building. What's that, man?
Good evening.
Good evening. So what's up, y'all? How's your work weeks been for you guys?
Go ahead, Claire.
Didn't we have Memorial Day this week?
Yeah, so it ain't been a long week.
Right.
Yeah, I made it through, and that's all that matters.
There you go.
I showed up, showed out, made it through.
But did you leave your house?
No, I don't have to leave my house. My office is 15 stairs.
So there you go.
Man,
there you go.
Must be nice.
What's my commute? 15 stairs.
Yeah, nice. It has its perks. That's for sure.
I love working at home. I commuted for many, many years.
And so you
to each their own, but I did. I put in my time, and I love working from home. And it would have to be like the position would have to be so out of this world that I can't even envision what it would be to make me want to commute. And I'd probably still want to work at home part-time.
Damn.
So basically, you done.
Yeah, when I'm off, I'm off. There's no commute home. It's not
that. Hey, you ain't got to keep emphasizing
hyping it up. Don't be mad.
I got 2 hours every day.
Get it. You know what? That used to be my truth, though, Scooty. I used to do 2 hours every day, and I decided I'm not doing this anymore. We had an option, so I had an option to stay in the office. I chose not to.
That give me shit because I don't use my 1 day a week that I'm allotted, to work from home.
It's not for everybody.
I mean, listen, no, I mean, it's just that what I have in my office versus what I have at home. Or, I mean, I could set things up like that, but it's just not the same. And so I'm going to have I'm getting me a new desk and some new monitors specifically for down. I'm going to have it downstairs in a certain area that I have that I'm going to set just specifically for work, because I want to kind of separate the whole environments, between the two. I don't like to have to come in here and do my my podcasting or music shit or whatever and then be working on it the same. You know what I mean? Just don't want the problems. So I'm waiting until I get that together. So I guess it's a matter of me. I'm getting off my ass and doing it. But Ivory though, what's up with the background? You just got a plain white background. You said you was gonna have some decor and stuff on the back.
Hey, hold on, bro. My computer went out. My battery.
It looks like a holding cell, Scooty.
Hey, it do look like a holding cell.
Yeah.
Enough of that.
Y'all funny. Yeah.
Or one of them dorm rooms down in Corvallis when you first moved in. There ain't nothing in there.
Those were the days. What's up to Pam and Ebony in the building? What's up, y'all? Happy Friday to you. Man, who's going to the carnival? Are you going to the carnival? Uh-oh.
Man, I ain't going to that shit.
It's not the fun center anymore.
Yeah. It ain't like it was when we was in high school.
And you gotta pay to get into a park you already paid for. I'm anti that whole situation. Ever since they started charging to get in,
when did they start the whole charging thing? When did they start that?
Probably around the time our sons were born.
Yeah, that was
right. Because that was the last time I went when he was 2. Like 1 or 2 years old.
It was somewhere around in there, so late 90s. But back when we were young, like it was just open and it was free to get into. And I don't know, I work and I pay my taxes, so I'm already paying for that park. So
what is it, like $50 to get in or something?
Is it that much?
You gonna make me
that
mad?
Much money?
How much is it?
Okay, so somebody got to look that up. Claire, somebody look that up. We got to find out.
And what do they call it now? The city fair?
I don't know what they call it. I'm telling you, I ain't been there. And
they're gonna change that motherfucker.
I've seen it.
Sound inclusive, so it can include everybody.
Rose Festival City Fair, $15 at the gate.
Oh, that's
families
cheap.
Get $3 off online.
That's cool. That's cool. That's probably pretty consistent with inflation and everything.
I'm not. You know what? They better spend my tax money better.
They ain't going to.
No.
They don't spend it how they want to.
Nope, and they're going to keep charging, and I'm not going. There's better things like the Jazz Festival, the Bite.
Sure, all that's better.
Yeah, but the Bite is I like the Bite is on. Yeah,
I ain't been to a Bite in about since they first started doing the Bite. Shit, that's probably actually not true.
It's geared for an older audience.
I don't know. It's just I think I have been, but it's not memorable for me. I've been to all kinds of events and stuff around the city, and I think Cinco de Mayo when I was in high school, I used to go to that by myself, just go check out the music and the players and stuff like that. When I was like in middle school, like 8th grade, I would go down there. Freshman year, around that time frame, I was always down there. But nowadays, it just got kind of crazy, and it was during the time when Jamari was, when our boys was, at that age. That's probably like the last year I went when we went with him in the stroller. That shit, the typical, take a kid or whatever. And so that was the last time I did that. I don't ride rides no more. I stopped riding rides and all that shit.
Not doing it.
Nah, I don't even like going to those places. Just to even be there. I have no desire to do it.
Me either.
Yeah, not even for some kids that want to. Give a fuck. Like, I'm serious.
And I
So okay.
don't want to get into a situation where people start acting crazy, and I paid to get in and paid a bunch of money for stuff, and now I'm running for my life.
Well, you look at it like this. You consider everything that's going on in America with these mass shootings and things like that. I'm not really interested in being around a whole lot of people anymore.
Period.
I'm just not interested in it at all. I mean, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I'm so serious. Like, I don't want to be in those environments. I don't even like going to the fucking grocery store. When I go, I'm strapped up, ready to rock and roll. And not to say that that's going to save my life, though, but I want to know that I have a fighting chance. And it's terrible to have to feel like that. When I go into the store, I go in to get what the fuck I need to get, and I get gone. I don't be staying in there lollygagging and bullshitting, because I think about those incidents that happen, and it's like they happen so often. You never know when it's gonna pop off. You know.
True.
So I'm weird about fun center or fun festivals and all that type of shit, man. I'm not interested. I'm good.
It's the city fair now.
Or the city fair, whatever. Just, whatever they want to call it. You don't catch me down there ever. And I am definitely a Portlander. Hey, what's up? Geneva's in the building. Yeah, no, I'm a Portland. I love Portland, or I love old Portland. But this new shit they got going on, I don't know nothing about none of that. That's some weird shit. So you guys got the stories. I had many stories on the topics tonight. What you guys think?
They were nice. They were all good.
Okay.
All good.
Okay. You guys get a chance to look at the stories? They are. We don't have to necessarily go through all of them, but I mean, it was just some kind of just to take a look at what the shit that I was looking at this week.
Oh, I'm not mad at you. I mean, the reality is it is what it is. You don't control what's happening out there.
Yeah, no, I know there's some people that know about these stories or may have heard of these stories or whatever, but I'm gonna go ahead and get us started on the first topic tonight. And that's about the South Carolina gas station owner that chased and fatally shot a 14-year-old boy, killed him. You remember that, or have you guys heard that story, or you remember that in the lineup?
I read it because of what you sent.
Okay.
It made me think about the situation that happened in LA around the time of wasn't around the time of Rodney King.
Shot that girl
with the orange juice. I can't think of her name.
Yeah,
she was a teenager. She had gone to the store.
Yeah, the Asian woman.
She went to. She had the orange juice. She was getting ready to pay, but maybe was putting the orange juice in the bag at the same time. It was the same thing, the accusation, and they killed her. That's what it made me think of.
Yeah. They hold on. So I got a story that covers that situation in South Carolina store. The dude is charged with a fatal shooting. Play that video real quick, and then we'll cook on this after we take a peek. You guys out in the comment section, make sure that you guys are give your opinions and questions.
Tonight, a South Carolina convenience store left vandalized by angry protesters. The outrage over the death of a 14-year-old boy shot in the back and killed by the store's owner. Law enforcement officials say 58-year-old Rick Chow wrongly believed Cyrus Carmack Belton was shoplifting 4 bottles of water.
Hurry up and get out.
Anything. We have no evidence that he stole anything whatsoever. There was a verbal confrontation inside the convenience store. The victim went outside. He took off running.
Chow was arrested and charged with murdering the 8th grader after investigators say Chow chased him for several blocks before shooting him. One woman who didn't want to be identified telling our NBC affiliate she saw the deadly shooting firsthand.
That young man didn't have to die like that, but for me to witness that yesterday, like, I'm in fear for my own brother. And for any of the kids that's in my neighborhood, because these kids, they come outside all the time. They come to the store all the time.
Another witness describing the aftermath.
It's just sad. It's sad. If y'all was seeing that baby man right there, that's all I can see.
Chow, who appeared in court for a bond hearing Tuesday, initially telling investigators he believed the teen was also armed. The sheriff confirming a gun was recovered near Carmack Belton's body.
He just said, we chased him. My son said he had a gun. I took aim and I shot him. I mean, it was pretty simple by him explanation, but he never said the gun was pointed at him or his son. He never said that he was in danger, never felt like his son's life was in danger. And that's the standards you have to have in order to use deadly force.
Community reaction leading to officers now standing guard outside the store's property.
Regardless of what happens in the community, you cannot take the law into your own hand. You don't have the right as a citizen to violate another citizen's property.
While others reflect on the young life lost.
It could have been your child. It could have been your loved one who walked in and didn't come home. It makes me emotional. It makes me angry. It makes me upset.
Valerie Castro joins us now in.
Well, so anybody want to go with some thoughts about this situation here, this young man?
I think, I mean, he shot the young man in the back. He wasn't no threat to you. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's murder. That's, in my opinion, a close case.
Well, what do you think about the idea that he had a weapon on him?
Is that what they said?
Yeah, the police.
I thought they said in the article that you sent that they didn't find a gun on him.
Yeah, they found a gun on him. That's what they just said.
Oh,
yeah, the police confirmed that there was a gun. So, but he was running away. Back to your point, though, he was shot in the back.
So that'd be what, manslaughter then?
It could still be murder. I mean, like you said, he wasn't coming at him or a threat. His son pointed out that he had a gun. Now, if he turning around or whatever the story is, I mean, he's being shot in the back. So, I mean, he was trying to get away. At least that's what I would assume.
All right.
Like, Claire, what do you think?
Well, so first of all, their store is toast. They can kiss that goodbye because you're not going to get patronage there. But outside of that, I think the article said that the gun was found near his body. But here would be my thing. If he runs from the store, what's the point? Let him go, right?
Yeah.
Even if you would have been right that he would have stole something, then he's just not allowed in your store anymore. You have that authority, right? You have that authority. That's your store. You can create that rule. You've got the cameras to play it back because they watched the video coverage. So they clearly had cameras in the store. They didn't even need to chase the baby out the store. That was where they aired in the first place.
We got kind of personal.
Absolutely, it got personal.
Yeah, killed him over nothing, over water. His water bottles is what you even said.
That he put back. Water bottles.
Yeah, he put back. He put back or whatever, and then they got into an argument. Is how I hear it.
That's what it sounds like, but it's not really clear what that argument was like. But either way, he fled out of there. So if he took off on foot running from the store, what did you say to him to make him run?
Right.
For some reason, he knew he had to get out of there.
That's a good point because, or if he was just trying to get away. I mean, he's an 8th grader. I mean, Devin and Iria be in the 8th grade next year, next fall. They'll be 8th graders. This is a boy. You know what I mean? But again, he had a pistol, or they say that the gun was found around him. But of course, they're going to say that it's his. Unless something else comes out. But for right now, let's just go with it.
They didn't know that he had that gun in the store.
No, the son, they said that the son said that he pointed out that he had a gun, and that's allegedly what they're trying to shake the narrative. At least that's what I got from the story.
Right, but I believe it was after they ran out chasing him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, maybe he had seen him before. Maybe he had seen that before, and that's why they went out and chased him. But at the same time, he ran. So he clearly wasn't trying to shoot you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that you and Ivory are both right, and I still think that murder is the. I mean, I think you can go with murder, just for the simple fact you shot him in the back, though. But the thing that always bothers me about these type of situations is that, you know, the intent, you know, and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or is it I was trying to scare him off, or you know, what you fear for your life, of course, is what he's going to say. And like, you know, it's just like if you go for my point is if you go for that murder thing, and then for some reason it's just in regard to the instructions from the judge, you know, and then it's like not guilty, you know what I'm saying, and then somebody walks, you know, or some loophole in the law. I don't know. It just those kind of things bother me. So those are nerve-wracking cases. Nerve-wracking. 14 years old. Shot in the back.
I mean, and that man has a son, so he needs to sit there and think, I don't know how old that man's son was, but either one day he's going to be 14, he is 14, or he's been 14. Think of how you would feel if that was your son.
Absolutely. I mean, and you see these women, you know, that they interview, you know, because they, you know, they are out there, and you see how it affected them. You know, like the one girl, she was like, "Shit, I feel for my brothers." Shit, you know, I mean, if these motherfuckers is out here killing these kids for, you know, for nothing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like damn, you know, I mean, it's always sad when something like that happens, though. But I guess it's one of those situations where you have to wait to get the rest of the information and all of that. I think that regardless of what else comes out, he was still shot in the back, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the part that we can stay focused on. You know, maybe the kid was up to no good, and you know, but still in the same, maybe he had a pistol on him. You know,
Geneva
that's
has a
America
good
today.
point.
Okay,
Why chase someone who has a gun?
Yeah. That's a very good point.
Hey,
Because
guess
if we
what
got
though? That's a great point. But check this out. We see the police do it all the time.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So you setting the precedent. I'm gonna go chase him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And our lives don't really matter. You know, we expendable.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that this is clean. You know, I hope that it's a situation to where this dude gets quickly convicted, and we can, you know, put him away. Because people like that, you know, he was reckless, in my opinion, in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was absolutely reckless, and it's not. There's nothing really you can say about that. Just shot him in the back, bam. A kid, a baby though, you know.
Eighth grader, right?
Yeah, 8th grader, 14 years old.
And he didn't look. I mean, you know, I'm just going by the picture.
He had a baby face.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was 6'4", even if he was, but it was like he wasn't like he was 6'4", 280.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's see here. Yeah, so the dude 58 who did it, so he's pretty much finito. You know, whatever happens with him.
Mm-hmm.
15 years, he headed into his twilight years.
Yep.
Officials, 14-year-old shot in the back. What? I mean, it's always a black kid, you know. And I'm pretty sure there's stories where there's white kids or kids of other ethnicities or whatever, they get caught up in a situation similar, but it just seems like it's always the black kid. for whatever it is, whether he's up to no good or he was just innocent, it's always a nigga though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, it's just like fill the role, you know, fill in the blank. You never heard about these other kids though. But when this type of shit happens, they need to be pressing that shit too though, so that we can put a light on this type of shit, man. You know, irresponsible fucking gun owners or bitch made motherfuckers. Shit.
Agreed.
Well, I mean, this motherfucker was scared of his own shadow. For real though. I mean, you shooting a motherfucker that's running away. And if he did have a gun, he wasn't pointed at no goddamn body because there's none of the witnesses say that.
And he didn't say that, which is what the officer said.
There you go.
The officer said, like, he didn't say that at any point the kid pointed the gun at him, or that his son said the gun pointed the gun at him, or that he feared for his life, or that he feared for his son's life. He said he never said that. He just said, my son told me he had a gun.
Yep. So I could see that. Geneva, you said he was reckless and wanted to teach him a lesson or whatever. That looked like that, because once it was settled in the market or in the store, then him leaving that premise, you know, the issue was over for that moment, you know, and he went and he pressed on in the situation. And, you know, probably little kid probably talked that shit to him. He wasn't going for it. He was like, nah, man, fuck out of here, you old motherfucker. He probably went racial on him or something, just talked bad to him when he couldn't take it no more. Got tired of being bullied by the little black kids in the neighborhood, and he was just the one to catch it. That's probably what happened. You know, I mean, I think this is a cumulative situation because, you know,
parents' worst nightmare.
Yeah. No, I don't want you going down to the store with them motherfuckers. You know, well, I mean, but it's like the resources in the neighborhood that people only can afford to live in, I guess. So,
and there's always that little store. It's always a little corner store, right?
Listen, I was on my little staycation, and so I was going over to the store, stopping up, grabbing some coffee before I was on my way to the gym. And it was like bright and early and shit. And it's like 25 bums out in front of the fucking store in the parking lot just roaming around and shit. And I pull into the parking lot and I'm like looking around. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this picture here? It's like 7 in the fucking morning and there's bums everywhere at the fucking plant pantry. It was sitting there like, I pulled in. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I tipped out, went to a different one, bro. I couldn't do it. But anyway, them bodegas in them stores, they dangerous, man. For real. They're gonna fuck around and catch staph infection or something. They're gonna ask you for change.
Hey, there was a lady in downtown who was headed to this restaurant, and she asked me if I had a 10. Nigga, not no quarter, not no nickel or dime. She asked me if I had $10 to give her. She wanted the paper.
$10?
$10.
She was trying to get her a meal deal or something.
Man.
I think she was trying to get high. At $10, you go a long way in the drug.
Man.
For real. You get a little taste.
At least she wasn't shy. She asked for what she wanted.
Yeah, you know, it was like in the wintertime though, which I'm kind of shifting up, but I was at Popeyes and you know, ordering food, and this fucking lady came up to me and asked me would I buy her some food. And I was like, look at it. And I was like, I didn't know if this was the setup or what it was. It's like, I told her, said, bitch, you better back up off my
All right, that's fucked up.
Listen, bro, like I said before, man, I don't know if it was the setup or what, but I was like, you know, I was appalled. I was like, how dare you even come up on me? And plus, I was kind of nervous, though. No, I wouldn't. No, but I think that a friend of mine had told me that they had the same thing happen to them. She said, "Oh no, that's the wrong thing. I thought something else could." But for real, the same woman
That's
hit
cold,
that
bro.
person up. It's not cold, bro. I felt bad though after the person said that I talked to. They bought the lady some food, and I didn't.
Yup, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, so I'm wrong.
The moral compass.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You should have got her something, man.
Yeah.
She's probably hungry.
She might have been set me up.
Maybe not.
Okay, well, we're gonna go with maybe not, because I ain't got nothing for you. That's not happening at all. No, but yeah, after I thought about it, I kind of felt bad though. I did. And that's how you get robbed. Just know that, people. Go with your first instinct. Fuck what I be talking about. Go with your first instinct. Most certainly gonna protect myself at all times. This nigga couldn't even buy her a Happy Meal. That nigga cold.
Yup, man.
Shit. Let me tell you something. But anyways, so I think Jax is still in the DR. I think. Oh,
yeah, it must be nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, Renal said he's gonna be checking in a little later, so probably won't be checking in at all. Yeah. So you guys read the story about the lady who fucking duct taped the kid to the chair to the bus?
Yep.
Yeah, that's deep. So it's just deep,
badass kid shit.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna listen to what these people have to say.
Duct tape his motherfucking ass too. Shit.
Are we gonna watch this?
Ivy, you said you duct tape him too?
Hell yeah. You see, she had a knife. She didn't did it before. I mean, a thing to do it, cut him loose. Badass
a school bus
kid.
driver in Delaware County off the job tonight after she was arrested for restraining a child with duct tape. That young child is a special needs student. Action News reporter Annie McCormick, she is live for us tonight.
He was talking that trash.
Upper Darby. Annie, what are you learning about this really disturbing story?
Yeah, and Greg, according to the criminal complaint, the driver actually told police in an interview that this wasn't the first time that she had duct taped the 10-year-old victim. She had actually done it at least once before.
Do that.
The district attorney announced charges today.
She has been charged with false imprisonment, illegal restraint, and endangering the welfare of a child.
Delaware County District Attorney Jack Stolzheimer listing the charges that this bus driver, 54-year-old Juliet Pratt, faces after she allegedly taped a special needs student on the bus on the way to Hillcrest Elementary School back in early March. It's news enraging parents in the district.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, and you said it was a special needs kid. That should be fired.
Oh, she is looking a mess. Get on TV looking like that. Bitch, what's wrong with you?
And she decided, for whatever reason, we do not know, that she needed to add additional illegal criminal restraints.
The criminal complaint states authorities reviewed surveillance video, and Pratt is observed cutting the tape off of the student, and the student exits the bus and she throws it in the trash can. Authorities say the video from the bus shows the student never tried to move or leave his seat. The criminal complaint states that Pratt admitted to authorities that she used duct tape on the child's ankles and chest, and Pratt stated that she has duct taped the student once before this incident.
Nobody should be duct taping anybody's child on any bus.
That part.
And Gray, tonight, the school district did release a statement saying that they are aware of the incident and they're cooperating with police. They would not state specifically what her employment status is, but they did say that she is no longer driving buses at this time. For now, reporting live in Upper Darby, Annie McCormick for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Gray.
Oh my. There you have that. So, Ivy, you say you duct taping the kid?
Man, I feel bad that he's special needs.
Oh, are you switching up?
Yeah. But hey, man, she had a rough day, so she was like, "I'll fix your ass," and went and got the duct tape on his ass. Luckily, it wasn't no gorilla tape, nigga.
She said she did it before, so
it was the morning, Ivory. She didn't even have a chance to make her have a rough day.
She was banging on bacon.
I mean, she wrong, only because he was special needs. Now, if he wasn't no special needs kid, I would agree. I would agree with her 100%. Them badass kids on that fucking bus. Y'all was on the bus before, acting a fool.
Oh, I got suspended from the bus. So
so you were really cutting up then.
Well, I didn't get duct tape.
Yeah. Well, I would have got killed for getting kicked off the bus or anything like that. Anything close to that, I was too scared of online.
And see, Brian, you brought up an interesting point. Like when we was younger, I mean, yeah, we acted out. I mean, we knew what was going to happen. We could choose to act out or participate in what our friends or, associates were doing on the bus, but there was going to be some consequences.
Oh, you had some explaining to do.
Yeah.
You had some explaining to do. Like, what the fuck was going on while you was on that bus?
Right.
So I heard you was showing out in front of your friends.
Exactly.
That was my mom's favorite one, though. That was some bullshit. Remember, she hit me up. She said, "You ain't gonna be sitting back there with your fucking friends, Carlos, and them laughing and talking. You're gonna sit your motherfucking ass in the front of the goddamn classroom, and you better not leave your fucking glasses." Nigga, she wasn't playing, nigga. My grades shot up, skyrocketed up once she put the fear of
you
God
knew
in
better.
Me, I knew better.
Better.
Was clowning, nigga, like just on some dumb shit. For real. She told me, nigga, no more video game, gone. She put that shit in her closet. Nigga, there was none of that. Nigga,
wasn't no creeping into her room to get that.
It was gone once she took it.
Console.
Listen, that was out my mind when she took it. I don't even think I even fucked with it again after that. So did.
And you knew.
I mean, I didn't. I mean, because the rule was at that time when I got in trouble for that specific situation. She took my shit. She told me you ain't sitting with Curtis and Carlos and them in the back of you sit your motherfucking ass at the front of the school. You better have your fucking glasses, nigga. And she said the teacher already know, if he called, if I get one motherfucking call, she was like, she wasn't going for it, bro.
The teacher was like, "I like this, mama."
Yeah, no, it was all she had to do was tell me one time. That was it.
Yep.
And my grade shot the fuck up too. I swear to God, man, my shit. So I understood then when mom told me that.
She knew you were better than that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like they would be telling too. Nigga be out here on the streets acting out on some bullshit, nigga. My mom find out shit. And this was before cell phones.
And
make
they
one
knew
phone
everything.
Call. So from one house was real from one house. So you in one neighborhood or somebody's phone, they know somebody that's connected to your family or church or some shit, and it's a matter of 7 digits. We didn't do the full shit, and boom, nigga, your mom waiting at the house with a belt for your motherfucking ass. She know the whole story front and back. With eyewitness accounts.
Time to think of no lie.
with eyewitness accounts and shit.
Hey, I got a whooping from my mom for doing whatever I wasn't supposed to be doing. And then I got a whooping from my dad because he had to hear my mama's mouth. And before I never understood it, until I got older, and then I had to, like, God damn it, you hear the fussing from the other parent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, why you do this and da 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 da. I get it now, but yeah, man.
Yeah, I tightened up. You take your motherfucking ass to practice and home. Do your motherfucking homework, nigga. And trust me, man. And I played football, basketball, and baseball. So I was in sports. So that's all I did, nigga. The video game thing wasn't even fun to me no more at that point. I mean, I still did it whenever I had a chance to, but the way I was playing it at the time, versus I got into it a little bit later, but the sports thing was real heavy, so I was focusing on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the traveling squad AAU team. I was traveling all over the country and shit. So I'm like, shit, I was doing that. I was like, fuck it. So I stayed out of trouble because I knew that if I was fucking up, then my mama stopped me from playing. She stopped me from boxing. So I was talking back to my grandmother one time. And, she was a hater anyway when it came to that shit. So I already knew it was just a plan. She wanted me to do something fucked up so she could tell me no. That I can't do it. She was a straight hater for that.
She didn't want you boxing.
No, she didn't. That don't mean she wasn't no hater. I'm just telling you, she was a hater. I remember when she was like, "You are not." I worked hard to go be in this fucking tournament. And she was like, "You're not being in the tournament." For real, I had a nigga crying out no more. She's like, "All you gonna do is play basketball. You gonna play football and baseball. That's all you gonna play. Ain't no motherfucking boxing."
She was like, "They're not finna hit my baby in the head and in the face."
Yeah. She was.
That's what that's about. Like, as a mother, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't care how good you are. All it takes is them getting one good lick, and your face is some kind of way, and your brain is some kind of way.
Yeah, I know it was probably for the best though. Save my life from not being in that shit though. But yeah, she wasn't going for none of that. Mm-hmm.
I feel it.
Yeah, no, she was. It's interesting because like my mama, she didn't believe in us having toy guns when we was little. This is like almost 50 years ago. You know what I mean? Like she didn't buy us that type of shit. If we got shit like that, it would be from other people in the family, which she wouldn't accept no shit like that. I don't never remember having no motherfucking toy gun in my growing up ever. You know what I mean? Unless I was over at my Aunt Rose's house, now that was something different. I could have those, so when I went over, Stevie had all the guns. He had a cache of guns. And so the nigga could just go and pick a gun and be, out here, we ready, nigga, tight shit, So we was on that when we was little, but my mom, she didn't never buy us that type of shit. Mm-hmm. But then, who buys my first gun? My mom. Like 19 or some shit. Because it was wild out here, so she was the one that bought it for me. Yeah, those were the days, man. She was cool. That was my partner, man. Like her and my dad, I never was scared to tell them nothing at all. Yeah, so I was always able to be honest with them. Y'all know, so Jam Master Jay, you guys read that story?
Yeah, I seen the thing. Didn't they had a Netflix thing on about that, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I seen the movie.
When was that?
This was probably about a year ago. They talked about initially how they didn't have any. They don't know who did it. They kind of had an idea, And then I think I read a article where some dude's son had something to do with it or something like that, or part of it. There was more people involved.
But he was selling drugs though, right? Or something. That's what I was reading. That he was involved with some. It was like Jam Master Jay was selling cocaine on the side or something like that, and that's what it was about. Known for a while, kind of had an idea or hearing about who the dude was that shot him though, but they did him dirty though. So I'm interested to see how that turns out. But they say they indicted the third person or something. I'm gonna play this video real quick. Let me see what we got here. Please.
Hip-hop. Today, we have a significant development in a long-standing case that shook the music industry. Federal prosecutors in Brooklyn have charged a Queens man, Jay Bryant, with murder in the 2002 killing of the legendary DJ Jam Master Jay, a member of the iconic rap group Run DMC. According to court filings, Jay Bryant, who was already in custody on a separate drug-related indictment, now faces charges including murder while engaged in narcotics trafficking. The case takes a new turn as Bryant becomes the third individual accused in the slaying of Jam Master Jay, whose real name was Jason Mizell. Jam Master Jay was renowned worldwide for his contributions as Run DMC's DJ, providing the musical foundation for their iconic songs that focused on themes like girls, sneakers, and basketball. His tragic killing the community as fans struggled to comprehend how someone whose music rarely touched on violence could meet such a violent end. Previously, murder charges were announced against Carl Jordan Jr. and Ronald Washington, with authorities attributing the fatal shooting to a cocaine deal gone wrong. It was alleged that Mr. Mizell sought to exclude them from a narcotics transaction, which ultimately led to his untimely death. Jordan and Washington have pleaded not guilty and are set to stand trial in January 2024. As for Jay Bryant, prosecutors claim that he entered Mr. Mizell's recording studio alongside Washington and Jordan on that fateful day in October 2002. Allegedly, Washington pointed a gun at another person in the studio, while Jordan fired 2 shots at close range, one of which proved fatal. Bryant, who was seen entering the building before the shooting, has admitted to participating in the murder, but is not believed to be the shooter, according to prosecutors. This development marks a significant step in a case that has remained unsolved for years, bringing some measure of closure to the tragedy that befell Jam Master Jay. We will continue to follow this story closely and provide updates as they unfold. Jam Master Jay, whose real name was Jason Mizell, was a pioneering figure in hip-hop and a member.
That nigga DMC got a big ass head, bro. Pause. His joint is like, yee. I just gotta say that though. Hey, listen, man, that nigga is ahead of his class, boy, for real. That nigga definitely is smart, nigga. Shit.
20 years though. I didn't even realize he'd been passed away 20 years.
I know, right?
It's a long time.
20 years. I remember when he died. I was working at AT&T at the time. I remember that. That was kind of sad though, and I just wonder what the fuck was going on there. And I was thinking at the time because he was working with 50 Cent, so I was like, the 50 Cent, you know, his bullshit that he's caught up in with Preem and all of them got mixed up into that. But come to find out, he in here selling big work. You know, he hustling. He trying to kind of what they call that when you in a business deal with somebody, you bring them in, and then they
proxy
kind of they cut you off, and then they take over, like, or whatever. What is that called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
God damn, he'll cut you out or something like that, or whatever. I thought it was like a term, but I can't think of it. But that's basically what happened. Or at least that's what they're explaining, is that he was getting money and he didn't need these niggas no more because they was in the middle of his shit and he didn't need them no more. So they mad because they cut out and they ain't gonna get that money that they was getting on for the whole transaction. And they killed him for that.
It's ultimately what they saying. So that's kind of like, I don't know. That's some bullshit, but niggas grimy like, nigga, this nigga didn't even need y'all, bro. He just needed the plug, nigga. The plug saying what it was. Like, oh yeah, GJ, man, you give me tickets to the car? Yeah, man, I got you. You niggas is not, you know, we don't need you no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas like, fuck you. You killed that man. That's fucked up, man. Jam Master J, mate. Yo, turn on some music in the background. It's quiet as hell.
We waiting for you to pull up the next story.
Mm-hmm.
What you finna pull up next?
Oh, okay. So we got a couple that we can talk about. So,
Ebony dropped something in the chat. I didn't see that, but I'm with that.
What did she say?
Did anyone see Tupac is finally getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame next week?
Oh, I thought they might already did that for Pac, but that's cool. Because I think Biggie already got one, right?
He getting that respect with that Dear Mama documentary, because people are like, oh, wait a minute. Now they're starting to see him as a whole person and not, this supposed image of whatever they want him to be.
I think that means more something to the newer people who are being reintroduced to Tupac. You know what I mean? Like, we already knew who he was off top. You know what I'm saying? And then
we did, but there were a lot of people that didn't like him at the time too, and had a certain idea of what they thought he was. So if you weren't a fan and didn't follow his music or didn't follow him, you might not have realized that he wasn't necessarily the image that he was portraying himself to be when he went out, when he was killed. If that makes sense. So 25 years later, now you go back and you sit there and you watch it and you're like, oh, I didn't understand he was this kind of a dude. It's like now he's getting that respect.
Yeah, I mean, is it a matter of respect, or was his maturation process because he was choosing to enter into a realm that he understood and knew they would get him killed? Pac before that's the part, you know what I mean, that it's like they're kind of it's like a reinvention of history or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Did you finish that? Did you finish that?
I didn't.
Thing?
I didn't.
No. I'm not going to spoil drop too much, but they talked about how it was never his plan to stay with Death Row. Like they reached that. Like he had a different plan. Now I don't know what the plan was, but they go into that. So true that he was smart enough to where he should have known better. But he was also still
once you sign with the deal with the devil, there ain't no way out of it.
That too.
And the thing is that
Dre walked out of it.
Yeah, but Dre he left everything too though in order to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? He just walk away straight. He eventually got it back on the back end. But with Pac, that was after the fact. He came from, that was his purest sense. You know what I'm saying? So people are being introduced to that portion of it though. But how he spiraled out, how Pac spiraled out, that was real time. You watched, his involvement in who he was dealing with and all that in real time happened. That shit was fast from when he got out of prison with Death Row, with Death Row getting him out of prison. He gets out, he does the 2 out, whatever, blah, 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 and he's dead 9 months. You feel me? What's happening, Renault?
Hey, how y'all doing? See me?
Hey, Renault.
What's up? Hey, Claire. Hey, Scooty, Ray.
What's
everybody.
up?
Hey.
It's there. Yeah, no, so that's all I mean, it's like, I mean, for me, it's different. I mean, just, I lived the experience. So, it's like a lot of disappointment in me for that. When I think about that whole thing with him, when it comes to Pac or whatever, it's very.
I'm gonna hit you up this week and remind you to finish watching that.
I will. I'm gonna watch it.
Me too. I gotta finish watching it too.
Because like I said, I got started on it, but it's like, you know, I just really just didn't move me like that. But I'm going to watch it. You know, so there was a time, it was like a certain moment, and then like kind of looking back and just from the East Coast West Coast war, a lot of the bullshit that was behind the scenes and shit that was like misconstrued lies. You know what I mean? Some of that shit is just like, it's like, nigga, I believed you. You know what I'm saying? No, but cut a fight out, you was full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part. You know what I mean? Like seriously, it's tough for me.
Yeah, I read somewhere that the reason Biggie got killed because he had said something that happened to him in New York, which wasn't
Haitian Jacks or whatever they say, or whatever. Yeah. But see, Biggie was the one that's trying to tell a nigga you don't need to be hanging out with them niggas. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously.
Biggie's guy was saying that on Angie Martinez on her podcast.
Yeah, it was not.
Dude was just saying that.
Yeah, there was no secret, you know. And so then when the shit happened, it's easy for him to say that, yeah, well, you knew these niggas. Yeah, I knew these niggas, and I also told you don't fuck with these niggas, but you fuck with them anyway. So now it's my fault when they rob you. But you wanted to hang out with these niggas, and you was going to get a check, some money, because you needed money because you was going through your rape case, which is another story in itself. If we can unpack that too. Did they unpack that in the documentary?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. It's extremely detailed. So everything that you know and you think you know, and some things you don't know.
Okay. Trust me.
You'll learn some stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that. But like I said, from what I do know and what I've read and all that shit, you know what I mean? It's like it's a whole lot of different perspectives I've heard. You know, but I don't know. That's just my thought on it. Love his music, you know, but I just don't, you know, I'm not gonna romanticize it that either. You know, it was cool.
Oh, you don't have to romanticize it. I feel you on that one. I mean, you know, he's human. Yeah. He was human. I mean, he made mistakes, and those mistakes led him down, you know, a deadly path. There's no way around that.
You know, and that was the worst of it, and that's when he died. So that's who he was when he fucking died, to me. You know, so. And it was just a shame because I was so into the shit he was doing before that, you know. Because to me, that was what I became a fan of his, was for
the revolutionary.
Yeah, that was the work. That was the work.
Yeah, I loved his first album when he first came out.
Yeah, Young Black Males, you know, that's like an anthem for us and shit. Though that was his shit, you know, strictly for my niggas and shit like that, you know. And it was a thug life thing because the music industry and the genre changed, and so everybody with NWA, with the success of them, and the music industry changed that way. And so then it became, the music changed with a lot of artists. He wasn't the only one, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like it's just his fault or nothing. I'm just talking about as far as me being a fan of his and watching his maturation process, and then watch him fucking spiral out of control in real time. You know, that's what I'm talking about. You went from that to this, you know what I mean, to get out of jail only to die 9 months later after being released.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear you. All four of us on this podcast watched that happen.
I know.
I felt kind of touched when it happened.
I definitely was touched when it happened, because I knew it was just like, it's something you knew it was going to happen. You know, and then Biggie gets killed, you know, a few months later.
Months later, yeah.
You know, and it's like, I mean, he got killed for nothing. I mean, if you really strip it all down, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got killed for nothing. Or on a lie.
On a lie.
All on a fucking lie. And that's the in the East Coast West Coast war, nigga was talking. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like you was part of the whole plan, bro. You was part of the fucking plan because you was even feeding these niggas. You even had a conversation talking about this. Was that so we could sell these records and blah 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 blah. He was on page with that. He said this words out of his mouth. I don't know. I'm just saying, but I feel the way. I'm serious about that shit. So I'm gonna watch that shit. You got me one. I'm finna watch that shit. When I get up off of this podcast, I'm
It's
finna
only
go pull that
5.
shit up.
Only 5. It flows real smooth.
Is it on Netflix? Where can I watch it?
Hulu.
I got
It's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
Oh, Soap Today, ho, for free. Shit. That's what I'll be watching it on. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got a Fire Stick. I'll find it.
Yeah.
What's it called? What is it called?
Dear Mama.
Okay, I saw that. That's right. I saw it advertised.
Yeah. So it was on Soap Today. I was trying to watch it at work, but I couldn't do it.
Nah, yeah, you'll be glad you didn't watch it at work. Just be able to sit back and just actually watch it.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm sure to be interesting and stuff. I'm sure I'll like it. I was just sharing my thoughts on the whole, just how I felt about that shit.
They had people on there I didn't expect to have on there. I would have never guessed we're friends with him.
I'm sure. Shit, he was with Madonna.
Not about, I mean, like they touch on that a little bit, but like Jasmine Guy. Him and Jasmine Guy were friends.
I knew about that. Yeah. He was close to a lot of people. He was so much more than what he put us. He reduced himself to. And that's the hardest part.
That's a perfect comment.
Think about it though. Like, he is this fucking dope ass actor. Dope as fuck, bro. Like, he's accomplished. Like, he went to these art schools and shit like that. Dude's a poet and all this type of shit. And this was it. Like, even on the Don Illuminati, the 7 Day Theory album and shit, like, you listen to some of the joints he had on that motherfucking album, man, it was just fucking beautiful shit that he wrote. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't talking about the toss it ups and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the B-side shit. That was his best shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was listening to, all the radio songs and all that shit. This shit was all cool. That's fine. But I'm an artist, so we was digging in albums back when we came up. Looking at the album cover, artwork, and who did what and all that. Yeah, man.
What the fuck is burning?
Uh-oh. Left the stove on?
Probably got a homeless camp outside. You better go check outside.
Right.
Where they're passing the building, they can't sleep in front of your doorway no more.
What they gonna do? Arrest them, give them a ticket?
Right.
So speaking of which, DJ Clark Kent says Biggie was killed because Tupac lied about the Quad Studio shooting.
That's what I was referring to, yeah.
Right. I knew that came up for a reason, because I did have this on our story list. That's probably when you see it. I want to play DJ Vlad shit because I need to find just the clip, because these motherfuckers they try to.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I've been fighting with these insurance people. They finally gonna cut me a check, hopefully tomorrow, where I can have it direct deposited to my account instead of waiting 7 to 10 business days so I can go car shopping.
Okay, you on deck then.
Yeah, that's what I've been fighting with them with. Like, don't be mailing me nothing. Send it direct.
Niggas, they gotta have that shit in their hand.
Man, listen.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you, brother.
Oh, Don said, what's up?
What
Because
up?
at Devin. Is she on there, Devin or Don?
Yeah,
Our Princess Petty.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jay-Z did a Tupac diss record, but he never put it out. They're saying that if they ever put that record out, that it would, if he would have put it out at the time when he did it, it would have destroyed Tupac's career.
I heard that about Fat Joe too.
Yeah, but I would have liked to hear the record.
Yeah, me too. Shit. I mean, you gotta be careful, man, because wasn't he like 35 years old when he was messing with Aaliyah? Shit. And she was like 12.
Foxy Brown is a Foxy Brown.
One of them. I mean, I know he has he has a type. You know, so you got to be careful when you throwing rocks, brother. Shit. Somebody always know the dirt. You know, shit.
True that.
So hold on, you say Jay-Z was messing with the youngins too?
Hell yeah. Everybody know that. He just wasn't pissing on them probably. Shit.
You know what?
I'm just saying. That's what gets you in trouble when you pee on them.
You know what? As a child, I was hanging around with the wrong crowd, and
oh shit,
they was doing that type of stuff. I was hanging around Donnie Seeger and them.
Oh, look at you, just snitching.
He's saying, man, on the
whatever.
Killed on himself and everybody else.
This nigga dry snitching. What?
The statute of limitations is gone now. So.
The statute of limitations of somebody's name coming out your tongue, that ain't going nowhere.
Hey, you better ask Bill Cosby about that statute of limitations, brother.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah, that's a real thing. Oh, he says Rihanna exposed Jay-Z for giving. I don't know if that's real. I won't show that on my channel. But we'll, damn. I was just 15. Foxy Brown reveals how Jay-Z abused her and killed her career.
I believe it.
That's right. They were kind of young back then. We were all young.
Exactly.
Nas called out Jay-Z and R. Kelly. They both.
I forget how old we
dated
are.
Aaliyah.
Right.
Told you.
They both.
That's right. We were young then. I forgot about that. I still feel sometimes I'm like, ain't that too far long ago? But that was really long ago. And we was
that's how
young.
time is. It doesn't feel that long ago.
Yeah.
Hey, the last thing I'm trying to do is get into a lyrical altercation with anybody, especially if they know my shit. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up.
Like them rap battles when the dude pull out the history.
Yeah, I mean that you sit up here and try to, anybody can get in their feelings at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shit, like Ray said, apparently or allegedly, he had a diss record that could have shut him down. Well, I mean, shit, everybody knew, he was liking on them little young girls.
Jay-Z had the record that would have shut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure everybody knew that he was messing around with them little young girls. You know what I'm saying?
Back when, and Pac would have found out on this comeback.
Yeah, because a real lyricist like that gonna do their homework and light your motherfucking ass up and put out a diss record like No Vaseline and light your ass up.
Pac was passionate, but when it came, like when it was on some lyrical shit, though, he ain't fucking with Jay-Z. Not fucking with him. far as that. He could, he was cool at rapping and shit though, but it's his passion, how he said in his voice. Those are his strong suits.
He's
But when it
spitting
came
from
to
the
lyricism and shit, he wasn't like a Nas or a fucking Jay-Z or Biggie or nothing like that when it came to rapping. He wasn't there on that level like that. And that's a fact. And I love Pac. He's one of my favorites, but he wasn't that when we look at rapping and lyrics. He had cool lyrics, poetry, but it was mostly his passion, his voice, kind of like a preacher. That kind of effect or whatever. And that's the thing. It was the effect of his voice and his passion is the kind of thing that kind of moved me when it came to Pac. And of course the things that he was talking about. But when it came to like rhyming and shit like that, Jay-Z and them guys, they did it better. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say. Like, nigga, I'll hit him up. I used to hate that fucking song. Like, for real. Like, I didn't even like that shit, bro. That was weak to me. And poop, man. Anyway. But Jay-Z, though, yeah, it's...
Now I want to hear it.
Nigga, I've been wanting to hear the joint, bro, to hear what he was going to say.
Yeah.
About Pac.
Yeah.
Pac was down there visiting Versace, nigga. Them little gay ass pictures he was taking and shit, nigga. Fuck out here, nigga.
Talking that shit.
Did they talk about that on the documentary? His relationship with Versace? Claire?
No.
I know they didn't.
No.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
Why you being messy, right?
I'm not, man.
Why
Listen,
you being
bro.
messy? You being messy.
What I'm supposed to do?
You being messy.
Hold on, man. Let me show you something, bro.
You being messy.
I am. Let me... Hold on. Let me find this shit.
Yeah, he's feeling some kind of way, but you still need to watch the documentary. I'm just gonna have to remember to hound you.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it too.
Hold on, Tupac.
5 funky hours.
I got 5 hours for it. I got 5 hours for it. I got time. Oh. What's this nigga doing, man? What is Pac doing? Pac doing? Hold on, let me show you this.
Right, you trying to be funny.
I'm gonna show you this. You don't remember this picture in the album covers?
Oh, I remember that when he was laying down in the tub or whatever that was.
I know that was for the ladies.
They do show that though. Actually,
the middle picture looks suspect, bro.
The bathtub picture.
The bathtub picture, nigga. We were just talking about pictures, right?
The middle one looked bad, bro. What is he looking at, man? The middle picture.
I don't know.
That ain't a good look.
I don't know what he's looking at.
Yeah, I don't like that. Right, you could have kept that one to yourself, brother.
Oh man, I was just sharing. I'm just sharing. I'll stop the screen on that.
Wow.
No, I was just sharing. But no. Yeah, Pac's my dude though. I love him. But when he went with Death Row though, that was the worst. He was supposed to be Jody and Baby Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I seen a
that'd have been good too. He could act his ass off.
What's his name was on Breakfast Club talking about that. What's the director's name?
The Hughes
John
brothers.
Singleton.
Was it
John Singleton? No, was it John Singleton? He wrote it for him.
John Singleton. So it was before John Singleton died, and he did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and that came up, and they're talking about his movies and all the good work he's done, and Baby Boy comes up, and he's just like. He was like, like Tyrese did, the job that he did. He was like, but that movie's a hard movie for me to watch because that role was written for Pac. He said, and I just think about what he had in his mind for that to really be.
Pac
But-
would have been huge
but
like
Pac
Cube.
died. It would have been a whole different movie.
Because remember, he was great in Poetic Justice, though. It's like he was dope. That's the shit that's like with you fucking lined up with this.
It wouldn't have been
clown, bro.
Jody. It'd have been Jody.
Yeah, well, it'd have been different because and the Snoop, he played a hell of an asshole in that movie.
Kick that kid's fort.
He said, "Fuck your fort, nigga." No, he said, "Fuck your fort, cuz."
Didn't he tell the boy, I don't want to be your daddy anyway? Or
Yeah, I don't want to
shit
be your
like
daddy
that.
anyway, nigga.
Right, come get this nigga. We would have been fighting in the house, man.
That was funny.
Hey,
You
he
not
was like
my
a
daddy.
Tyrese wasn't that dude though.
Nah, Tyrese was like he was son of a sucker.
You couldn't have written that role for Tyrese to fight Snoop.
He was riding on the bike and shit. This nigga was like, and then when he walked out the door, he's like, that nigga. He said, no, this nigga didn't have the nerve to come up in here when I was locked up and fuck my bitch and get my bitch pregnant. This nigga was hilarious. I was like, oh yeah, Snoop is definitely getting the Oscar for this role. That was the funniest shit ever. Yeah. Snoop was cold. That was one of his best roles. But no, I would have loved seeing Pac in that. Or if he would have fucking kept his head together. And then the minutes, yeah, he fucked a lot of shit off, Claire. Well, I mean, and he was trying to get it all back in the 9 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, his shit was lined up to be bigger than all these motherfuckers, man.
I'd always heard they wanted him to be O-Dog in Menace.
No, Sharif.
No,
it was Sharif.
I know. Because they talk about that, but I had heard like over the years so many rumors about who they wanted him to be that when I heard that it was really supposed to be Sharif, I was like, oh yeah, he would have been live in that role. He didn't want to have the starring role anyway. Like he was like, that wasn't what he wanted.
I thought that he wanted more of the role like Old Dogs.
They talk about that.
Oh, that's right. He said no because I seen the director.
He didn't want to be
talk
the
about
star of it.
He says it like, you know, he explains it as that he wanted to have more, his character have more depth. You know what I'm saying? Other than just the parts that they gave that it had in the movie. He wanted it to have more depth and more of a role in the movie, the storyline.
And there was more to it than just that. Like there were other things that he wanted to do and other agreements he had made with other people, but they go into that.
Yeah, so I seen part of the interview.
But he would have been dope as Sharif though. But I like the dude that played Sharif.
He would have been dope.
Hey, can you imagine Pac getting into it with Melvin? Remember when he licked his head and slapped it or did whatever?
Tyrese was just getting ran over in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
Put that fool in the chokehold, brother.
Yeah, he acting like that.
He was in his mama's kitchen, nigga, naked, nigga, cooking breakfast, nigga. Like, what's happening?
Nigga, naked, nigga. You want something to eat? Like, hell no.
Oh man!
Oh wow!
I'll be like,
got ran over by the kids at the store. The little kids got him. They stole his bike.
Hey, so they did though, and they said nobody wants your bike, cuz anywhere, some shit. Got kids, bro. Like, oh no.
He had to go get his friend.
Yeah, that was funny.
So you know that lady that plays Jody's mom or whatever? What's her name?
AJ Johnson.
No, the mom.
Her name is AJ Johnson in real life.
Yeah,
that plays Jody's mom.
Yeah, play the house.
Yeah, the actress's name is AJ Johnson.
Okay, so is she the one who on her 50th birthday got smashed by two dudes?
What?
I don't know. Did she?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
She's also the one that played in House Party.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. They're right.
You got the video, brother?
I thought it was Lorraine, but it's Shireen.
If I had the video, I'd probably play it.
Well, no, I'd get taken down and the whole thing would be over.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, no, but she for her 50th birthday, she wanted to get DP'd, so
wow.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That is not my 50th birthday.
Man, did you Google that?
No, I didn't Google anything. What do you mean? So I'm making it up? I just heard it somewhere. I just
shit.
I just grabbed it out of the ether.
Well, I'm looking. What's her name?
AJ Johnson.
I'm looking. Shit.
Geneva said she's very open with her sexuality.
So that's probably true then.
Yeah.
She did say that. I promise you.
It was another celebrity that did that too as well. For one of their 40th.
AJ Johnson celebrated turning 50 by having a threesome.
Oh my! I read it too. I'm seeing it now. Yeah.
February 3rd,
Happy birthday to
2022.
me.
Essence Magazine.
Wow.
I mean, you know.
I ain't judge her. And she did what she wanted to do. What the fuck you mean? It's her body, her choice. Shit.
Absolutely.
The 50-year bang bang.
Bang bang. Well. And on that note, how do we get on that? Or did I bring that up? There it is.
You did that.
All right, I know. I brought it up.
You did.
Follow the trail from baby boy.
Yeah, but that's just something that I always remembered about her. I was just like, wow, this is very interesting. That was her choice of it, you know. I mean, each their own. I didn't bash her or nothing. It was fascinating. It was. Anyway, so you guys remember the cat, that wide receiver from the Raiders? I think he killed that girl. He was driving like 125 miles an hour, and he braked in the back of her and killed her and her dog.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that was a horrible accident.
Yeah, he pled guilty to the charges. Yeah, he pled guilty.
What did they sentence him to?
He pled guilty to manslaughter. Is that vehicular manslaughter? Is that what it was?
Vehicular manslaughter. Your boy just went to jail too. The boxer that just was fighting. What was his name?
Gervonta Davis.
Gervonta, his mama need her ass whooped. The fuck was you thinking, bitch?
What kind of name is that?
You ain't even giving him the opportunity to. Ain't nobody.
Maybe his daddy named him.
Well, that's why he in jail now.
Wow.
Cause that name just set you up for failure. It's fucking stupid.
We're gonna just call him Tank.
Okay, we work.
Gervonta Tank Davis. So Gervonta he ran a red light, hit some people and took off.
Hit and run.
Damn.
Right.
And running a red light?
Yeah. So he leaves the scene while people were injured and all that shit. So he got no jail time, but he had like 3 years
90 days or something.
90 days house arrest, right? So he couldn't even follow that.
That ain't shit.
No, it ain't. But you know how it is when you got money. Don't matter.
Nice.
If you got dough, you can get out of a lot of shit. So
that is crazy.
Everybody settled out. Like he paid everybody who was involved, you know. But this is one lady who, I think she's pregnant or something. But this one lady, she was like, "No, fuck that. This motherfucker needs to go to jail. Fuck you and him, you know, and all that. You know what I'm saying?" And so they were pissed because he didn't get no jail time, and the judge was upset as well, you know. And the lady was just like, "This motherfucker can't even say I'm sorry," and the nigga wouldn't say I'm sorry. He wouldn't say it. He wouldn't say it. He just would. He would. He. There's. I don't understand what was happening there, or what that was about. But he didn't say anything to
His name says it all, Gervonta.
I was like, nigga, I was like, I've lost all respect for Tank after this one. I'm like, man, fuck out of here, bro.
Gervonta.
That
nigga ain't got Mario disease.
When you used to the money, you know, and doing whatever it is you want to do, I mean, you just throw money at it, and the problem is fixed.
No, that ain't right.
He's not that young. You don't get the young excuse.
I mean, if he hit my truck and want to throw some money at me and I ain't all fucked up, I'll take it. Shit, call it good. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Stop my camera.
You say you take the money, Scooty?
Man, I went to quit, and I do like Ronald. Just put it in my hand. You ain't gotta take it. Don't write me no check. Just give me cash in the bag, and call it good. Thanks, champ.
You crazy. I mean, I guess if nobody dies, I mean, okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If I didn't get
That's what
up, you know.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like, yeah, he just walked away with a scratch.
Yeah, like.
I mean, you couldn't say I'm sorry though.
I mean, I hear you, but that money, you know, he give me a couple racks, you know, like 10, 15 racks. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
But check this out. Well, guess what? Well, rich nigga, you gonna stay in this jail for 90 days.
Yep.
You'll be all right. Some niggas need to go to jail.
Man, somebody gonna touch his ass, man. There's always somebody.
I mean, they probably have him.
Huh?
They're gonna have him PC'd up, so I don't think nothing will happen to him just because of his status, celebrity status. But
they're not gonna let nobody play. They're not gonna let nobody play with his booty.
He might come back 29 and 1 that we don't know about.
He's worth too much motherfucking money.
They're not gonna let nobody
People
play
that
with
be
his
fucking
booty.
with him, man. That's right.
I know what you're talking about with
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes and I think it was Vin Raines.
Vin Raines, yeah.
Yeah. Undisputed.
Yeah.
They gonna play with his booty.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, Shannon, he's done with the Undisputed show with Skip Bayless.
Yeah. I wonder what was that all about? What happened?
Oh, Shannon, it's time for him to move on. He got tired of getting treated like a boy, I guess.
I mean,
at least that's what they say. I don't know. I just think that Shannon got in his feelings when Skip told him that you jealous of Tom Brady and he was better than you. And so
Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, Shannon Sharp, his punk ass, he got all in his feelings and shit about it.
You don't like Shannon Sharp?
Not really, no. No. He's
I
think the thing is I
don't like Uncle Sharp.
He's entertaining.
No. I mean, he can be. Yeah, I like some of his work, but he has no integrity. And
his demeanor reminds me of them boys that live them Davis boys. He lives next door to us.
I mean, his integrity though, it goes out the window with me. But the way he fanboys on LeBron James, it's fucking ridiculous. You know, sports media is ridiculous. You know, it's like I used to be, and you know that clear. I was all day, every day. That's all I used to listen to. And over the last 10, 15 years, I've watched it disintegrate into this whole woke mosh pool of motherfucking soft punk motherfuckers that deliver the news now. You know, or whatever, they fanboy fucking athletes, or they only talk about 4 fucking teams and shit like that, nothing else. Or if it's some social shit, they want to have a position on the shit, you know. And that's what sports has become today, and he represents that to me in a lot of ways. I hear him on a lot of shit. He's a very smart man, you know. I think he's sharp, no pun intended. But as far as you know, just integrity, whatever, no, I don't fuck with him like that. Nah, he's a sucker. But you know, respect. I think he'll do
Siri,
well.
find my phone.
Oh, like Siri. Oh, really nasty. So anyway, yeah, no, Shannon Sharp, no, he no. That nigga makes me. I'm like, nigga. I thought you were supposed to report to sports, nigga, not fucking dome a player throughout the whole season, and all they talk about is the Lakers
or in football, they'll talk about for the Patriots or wherever Tom Brady is. They talk about that. That's all they talk about. Trade scenarios, what we need to help LeBron win, and all this fucking shit. It's 30 motherfucking teams in the league.
Hey, that's the only team that matters, man.
Oh, okay. So who's in the finals?
Hey, man, the refs
Okay.
cheated.
I know. It's like they was cheating against Golden State. Nigga, and they was giving them niggas all them free throws. He needed more free throws. Soft ass basketball these days. Fuck out of here. Shit, gross.
Where Elijah Lee?
I mean, he's still out of town as far as I know.
Oh, I forgot.
I mean, he said he was gonna be. I think he said he was gonna be gone like 10 days or something like that.
That's a good vacation.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of long, but yeah.
But that's
I
time to be really
That's
relaxed.
it's too long for Revere because he would have to get back to work. You know, he can't miss.
I mean,
more than
because
3 days.
okay.
My guy can't miss more than 3 days.
No, I don't want to be. I don't like being no motherfucking where for no long periods of time, nigga. If you want to be out there, shit. To be honest with you, shit. When I went to New York was the longest vacations I've had. I mean, outside of me being in Texas.
How long was you in New York?
For a month.
Damn, you had residency.
I did. I did. I knew my way. I mean, like right now, nigga, I know my way around that motherfucker too. You can drop me off anywhere. I know where to go.
People in the neighborhood knew your ass by the time you left.
They did.
That's that Portland dude. What's up, Portland?
Yep, that was. Well, that's that Portland dude. Yeah. Shit. But I remember at the end of that, I was like, oh wait. Portland looked way different. When I came back from Jamaica, it really looked different. I think Don picked me up from the airport. I was like riding on the streets. I was looking. I was like, damn, we got some clean motherfucking streets, nigga.
Not no more.
Yeah, I did. Listen, nigga. Trust me. We do. Compared to them motherfuckers, listen, from what I came from looking at for them 6 days I was out there, I come back to this motherfucker. I was like, ooh. Like it's fresh out here, like for 5 minutes, and then it went back to normal. But it was like that, you'd be gone for a little bit of time, especially in a place like that. You learn to appreciate.
Remember, we told the dude when we went to the Rum Factory, we was like, "Nah, man, take us to the real stuff."
Yeah.
And he drove off. And remember, them dudes had the AR-15s.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, we about to go where it ain't protected."
Man, listen.
Raggediest bros I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Man, listen. Yolanda's sister threw up on the bus.
Hell yeah.
And then she threw off it, set off a chain, like a whole thing on the thing. Everybody on the goddamn bus. I was like, oh my God.
When you were in Jamaica, did you see any houses that were being built?
Yeah. Tons of them.
Yeah.
So did you notice that they'd have 3 walls and then there would just be a wall that like an exterior wall that just wasn't there?
Yeah, because they had to build it on with the cash that they had at the time.
And then if you get a loan, you got to pay that back before you can get more. So just a whole different concept.
Yeah. What the guy said, the kitchen is the first room, and I think the bedroom is the second. Is the order something like that? He said.
Unless you rich and got the money to just buy everything outright, but that was weird
like, man,
though.
What's all them bricks waiting? What's all that, man? They waiting to build it. They gotta get the money.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
It's a trip, and the process is it tripped me out when I seen that shit. I was like, fuck. Because
you gotta work to get what you want.
Yeah, no, they had some houses out there. It was funny because we was out there going through the backcountry and shit. I seen a couple of white folks living out there, just living regular.
Remember the dude with the machete?
Oh yeah, And they was holding water on their head and all that shit.
Yeah, he had water. We was like, man, what's that water for? Man, that's the water for the village. Like,
man. Remember there was a
man.
school graduation that we was rolling by and all them kids was out there and shit.
That was tight.
Yeah. Man, that was a trip though, man. But them junk ride through the jungles though. Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would rather. And there was another road we could have took, I think, but they just took us this way because it was supposedly faster.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you imagine going up and down and hitting turns at the same time, bro. That's why everybody was getting sick. Yeah,
that shit was fucking terrible, and it was like it was never stopped.
And the
so
lanes was wide enough for a car and a half. Okay, and a half.
Them motherfuckers speeding around the corner and shit.
Nigga, 20 deep in a fucking car, bro. I mean, that was deep. The car had so many people you couldn't even count them all. Yeah, shit. That was
how big was the car though?
Man, the car wasn't big. I ain't talking about no SUV, bro. I'm talking about
Toyota. Like a 4-door Toyota or something.
It might have had 4 doors, but it was packed. Like, bro, hey, the driver had enough room to turn. That's about it.
Listen, bro, that shit, I thought I was gonna die at every time we got on the fucking road out there, man. Well, I was safe when we was on the resort, but on them fucking roads, man, they drove so crazy. It was so fucking insane how fucking crazy these motherfuckers drove out there, man. And they drove on the opposite side of the street. So that's another thing.
Remember when you was looking for the weed? We went into that store, and it was like, mind you, we had been with the driver all fucking day, and Ray's like, man, you know what's up, da 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 da, and they like, why are you asking us? The weed man right there.
Your driver, huh?
The driver was the weed man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And I had this brownie.
Oh god, that was horrible.
The dude said,
I just sidebar, y'all.
Yeah.
Sidebar. So I'm at work, right? As you can see, and I'm sitting here, and one of the cleaning people, this dude, he looked like a serial killer. Anyway, he come in the room to come get the garbage out. But why he smell like he just been laying in front of Johnny and Lenny's for a week?
His house might be outside y'all building.
Right.
I mean, he smelled like a straight ball of urine, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense. I just don't understand. Like,
ouch.
And we can't wear no fragrances, but you can smell like open ass and urine.
You smell like German Shepherd piss.
Clearly.
And some states,
it's some strong shit.
In some countries, that's sexy.
Well, no.
Ivory, stop.
You in the piss tonight?
I'm just saying, shit.
He was in Jamaica too long. That's one.
Hey, we had a good
natural
time, bro.
pheromones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boomerang. What's her name on Boomerang when Grace Jones played? And she had her own fragrance.
The next door neighbor.
Yeah, but when
fragrance is a motherfucker though, man, because like some natural smells and odor is a funny thing, man.
And then your body chemistry.
Strong J.
Strong J. There you go. That was some Strong J that just ran about this motherfucker over here. Strong J.
Strong J. Strong J. Strong J.
Yeah,
he made his announcement.
That was a fucking great movie, by the way.
It was fabulous.
Oh my
god.
It was definitely one of Eddie's best movies.
So now if somebody come in this room, they gonna think it's me that smell like piss.
Oh, he left a little essence behind.
He left an ambiance that is not cool.
No, nothing's worse than being in an area and someone farts and then they walk away and the motherfucker think it's you.
Or how about the elevator? When you go in the elevator and then you come out and somebody went in and farted, you in there and somebody come in looking at you. No. It was like that when I got in here.
These socks said, just be considerate of others.
Clearly.
Right. For real though. Oh, I seen Rock at the store the other day too, though. Your cousin. Yeah, chopped it up with it for a hot second.
Smelling like a barrel of monkey hips.
Nah, man, but like people be having their own little smells and stuff though. But I be wondering though, do people smell themselves sometimes?
They don't.
You would. I think that they do. They just don't care.
No, you have to care. You have to care.
Nah,
They don't though.
Female.
You have to care. Oh yeah, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Trust me. You know you got BV. If you got BV,
You should smell
it.
yourself before anybody else smells you.
Listen. And listen, that's what I'm saying. So it's like when you hear that, when you hear that tart, or when you hear and you smell that shit, you know, it's like there's no way I'm walking out the house.
Shower.
But how does someone miss that though? This
Because
is where
they were never probably taught either that, or maybe their condition
They
is
don't
so
miss
bad
that.
that
They just okay. They're okay with it.
Is that what it is? They're okay with it.
They okay with it. It's they
there's certain smells that you just cannot fucking be okay with though.
I agree.
That's why. But that's
or
why.
At least you should not be okay with.
Okay, so Ray, look at it like this. That's why those smells exist, because them motherfuckers is okay with it.
So all that sit down and get up air is just.
Yeah, that walk by air, all that shit. Yeah. If you sit in my car seat, I'm gonna smell it when you get out to make sure you ain't left no motherfucking.
I
didn't done that.
So I can spray my shit.
I've done that.
Yeah, itchy stink.
I got somebody a ride one time and they just left an essence. I was just like,
Oh, did she turn the sea warmers on?
Yeah, don't do that, bitch.
So we ain't finna be frying fish up in this motherfucker. That's what we not finna do.
This was a cat. This was a dude.
My homegirl, I ain't gonna say her name. She made a motherfucker come back and smell the seat in her car. Like, you smell that, nigga? You don't smell that.
Oh, he said, how about the crystal meth fentanyl smokers who wear a cloud of too much perfumes? That's even worse. You got fucking cheap perfume on top of fucking
cheap perfume.
On
top,
wait, cheap perfume on top of abscess infection.
Elizabeth Taylor's
white diamonds.
Yeah, so years ago.
Stinking ass.
Oh my God, this is when I learned how to buy perfume, you know, for women or whatever. This chick I was dating at the time. I bought her some white diamonds. I went to Myron Franks at Lloyd Center, and this lady, older lady, of course, so she fucking like, oh, this would be a great gift. I buy this shit, give it to the girl, whatever.
Thought you
so we get her. Oh, did I? So, you know, we're in there, and it's like Christmas or some shit, cooking some food or whatever. I'm like, what? I'm like looking around and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? I couldn't put my finger on it.
And she over there wearing it because you bought it for her.
God damn, Claire. She had that shit all over her.
True.
It was, this is, and so whenever I smell that smell, it fucks with me.
It's like
in the worst way.
It's your shame. It brings you right.
No, it fucking stinks though. It fucking stinks. Yeah, I know because I talked to Christina, and Christina was like, "Ray, you don't buy no girl no goddamn was. That's for old bitches." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know. I thought I was doing something fancy. You know, I like, you know, I thought she, you know, anyway." That's his story. I mean, but the shit fucking it troubles me to this day. Whenever I smell it, I'm like, who told you that shit was ever fucking some fly shit to make though? That shit ain't. Nobody should wear that. It's the worst perfume ever. Anything that smells close to it, you're fucked in the head if you think that shit smells good.
Well, here's the problem. So I was listening to the science behind like perfumes and perfume and cologne selections. So we all have our own natural body scent, right?
Right.
And when we don't like a cologne or a perfume, it's because it doesn't mesh with our natural body scent, right?
Right.
So somebody, whoever created that scent and all those other scents that people don't like, particularly the cheap ones, those scents mesh with their body scent because they think it smells good. It's the only way it's getting on the line.
But like what Sock was saying, how about being considerate of other people's nostrils or something?
Well,
like
and that's people, dude. Here's the other thing: a lot of younger women and probably younger men don't know not to be excessive with perfume and cologne, right? They just douse themselves in that stuff, and it's just pervasive and it's everywhere. And it's
She said pervasive.
Right.
Pervasive. I love the verbiage, Claire.
Well, it's true, and you know it is, right? So
Yeah.
because they haven't realized that a little goes a long way, and especially if you have a quality fragrance,
Perfume. Yeah.
that bottle should last you a long time.
Right.
You don't need to have it, from head to toe.
Let me tell you, I have a big fucking problem with it, and I know there's a science with it, and it goes with your natural smell and all that type of shit, though. But I think what I'm talking about is extreme fucking funk, you know what I mean, there's an odor, like a body odor. Maybe I'm not. I mean, and when you add some layers. If you add some white diamonds to funk, that's even worse. So it's like, and so that goes for any kind of fucking perfume or cologne that you try to mask, some funk.
Absolutely.
But I just it's just like I don't understand how people can't identify that fucking smell. Like it's like I know guys that smell like Whopper Juniors when we playing hoop or working out, it fucking stink like onions. It's just how these niggas smell.
Yes.
And I just be like, man, what's up with your fucking situation, my nigga? Like, you smell horrible. Like,
they have not washed correctly, and they have not washed thoroughly, and they have not used deodorant.
And nigga, you don't drink no fucking water, nigga, because that's the first thing. Nigga. That's just concentrate. So it's coming out concentrated. That's concentrated. You understand? Like seriously, it's very nasty though. You have to wash your ass. Hey, listen.
So
you gotta drink water, man. Drink water, bitches. I'm telling you. Fuck what you talking about. Some don't realize some soaps and vaginas do not mix well with certain
That's true
balances.
too.
There you have it.
That's true. Know your body.
Yeah.
Well, half of them ain't knowing their body. Never mind. Let me just.
Learn your body. I mean, my sons every day when they got out the shower. I mean, for years I used to say, "Do you feel better? Do you feel better?" Until they understood there was that correlation with yes, getting in the shower and washing my body feels better. That was a mandatory thing for me in my household. I needed them to understand that.
Nothing beats being clean. Fuck that.
Nothing beats a clean ass.
Yeah, and smelling good though. I like to smell good. I mean, I like being clean, man. I don't understand it. I just don't understand that. It's just something I can't wrap my head around. I cannot. Funky.
Just like I can still smell the Johnny and Lenny's that just. He been gone for about 10 minutes.
No, but see, so you're suspecting that he's probably a street person. So we get.
No, I'm not. I'm not suspecting that. What I'm suspecting is that he doesn't wash his motherfucking ass at all, ever.
Now there are some
bathing.
people
There's none of that.
There is some people who have
what's
that
He
condition.
ain't got no condition. No,
there is.
What's the condition?
I don't know the name of it per se, but I worked with a guy for many years, and you knew when he was coming and going and where he been. And he couldn't use certain laundry detergents or soap. It would just mess him up. And
so he couldn't use baking soda and water.
Well, I don't know about that. But
what I'm telling you is the condition is a lazy stank motherfucker that don't want to wash up under their ass and get the duck butters and cheeses off of them and dingleberries and whatever else he got going.
Because they should be having a conversation with them about pervasive body odor. Isn't that like in code of conduct?
Oh my God! Do you know?
I had to send 3 people home.
I had to have a conversation
with somebody about pervasive body odor.
With a woman.
That's the worst.
See, here's the thing. It's different when it comes to women. It's different. And so.
Why?
It's different.
Bitch, you stink. Go handle that.
As a male manager, having that type of conversation is very hard. You don't know how to approach it. You're trying to be cool, but you know what?
Well, I mean, that's no different than a woman having to tell a man he's got his balls stink because that has a very distinct odor too.
Yeah, I know, but I can have that conversation. Maybe it's just a gender thing or whatever. But She asked
tell
me.
me
She
else.
told me one of my people needed. They was wearing some kind of cologne or some shit like that, and it was real funky. Now I could tell them about that, but when it comes to BO and shit like that, yeah, I see, a woman should be telling her that. I push back on that. I'm like I said, I'm not having that conversation with her.
Did you have your female counterpart or female manager have the conversation?
Yeah, I told her that she has to do it. I'm not doing that. No.
I can understand. I mean, I can understand that. I can understand it in a gender situation, like man having a conversation with the man and a woman having a conversation with the woman.
Well, Ray, were you her direct supervisor?
Absolutely.
Then that was your job to do.
Clearly.
Listen,
all the joys of not being in management.
I know. Listen, I know my motherfuckers.
Give me the pay without the title.
But what I will tell you is this: I wasn't doing that, and it didn't happen. And I pushed back.
It was harsh.
Yeah,
I mean,
why?
I could do it. I could do it now.
Scared? Why was you scared?
You asking me?
Why was you scared?
She was a cool person. Oh, Ray.
Yeah.
That what Renault said. That's what.
Sure.
No, for me, she's a nice gal, and then
she might have been a cool person. That wasn't the reason.
Some days
people
she
will
just come with
fucking
some bodybuilder.
shrink, nigga. That will shrink. You don't know what kind of damage you can do to somebody.
Yeah,
like y'all said, they might not realize it.
Yeah, and I don't think she did.
You know, oh, he's so cool.
That would be embarrassing being told that.
But that's just like telling somebody you got a booger in your nose, bitch. You're walking around with a whole furniture piece down your nose.
No, I
Oh
mean,
my God.
that's. I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Listen, I was
that's an easy fix.
But look, I always remember I was at the bank. This
Now
was
everybody
like,
wiping their nose.
right when Jabari was. This was like when I was dating Melissa, like or before Melissa even. This is I was going to the bank. I was U.S. Bank. I thought I was so fresh. You know, I was going there, have my new little gear on and shit. And I'm talking to the girl at the bank teller, and I'm trying to be cool or whatever, and she's like kind of pointing. She's like, "You got a booger in your nose," you know what I'm saying? Like it was like one of the most. I felt like this big. You know what I'm saying? Like this big, bro. Like I thought I was so cool that day, though, bro. Just
You wanted to hurry up and get out of that bank.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Look, she gave me. She showed me grace and gave me some tissue. I walked out that motherfucker. I don't think I went back to the bank. I went and started pulling money out the ATM. I was like, oh, no, I can't let them
now would be like, right? But the older you now would be like, oh yeah, thanks. You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You wouldn't even care.
I cared that day.
Right, but I'm saying the older you would just be like,
yeah.
She was like, you do not have
you got
fame.
some tissue. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, nigga, you done fucked the whole outfit off everything. Nigga got a booger in his nose. What the fuck?
You didn't look in your mirror before you got out of the car.
That's funny.
Like, nigga,
She
I
thought she was cute though, or thought that was.
That's what I'm saying. I fucked it all off.
That's funny.
What's there? The booger gotta go just sitting there. Dude. Oh man, that's horrible. Yeah, no, but I can make fun of myself though. Yeah, that happened. But that, yeah, no, smells is that's a tough one. Smells is a tough one.
It's horrible.
And it's just horrible when you just
One of them asked me one day when I came in, "Oh, you smell good. What is that fragrance you're wearing?" So it's washing of thine ass. You should try it.
Washing of thine ass.
I said it's washing thine ass and thine clothes. You know, cleanliness is next to godliness.
I was at a bar. Excuse me. Yeah, I was at a bar one time, and one of the coolest compliments I've ever had from a female. You know, because I walked up and I gave my little essence when I arrived. She's like, "You smell really clean." Yeah, I like that word. No, she said you smell really clean, and I felt good about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, you got a problem. We know you got OCD, so we already know.
Nigga, I walk into the building and I have a standard. Nigga, I'm always on my top when I go to work though. So if anybody comes,
like Ray's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it's Olin, you freak.
Excuse me.
But yeah, so yeah, they do that. I always smell magnificent when I walk into place.
Well, Ivory, you work out there and with that place, it probably smell like a barn in that motherfucker, huh?
No comment.
You
I'm
like, I
just
will
saying,
not be held accountable
I got
for anything.
I have colognes for occasions. Like if I'm working
I'll
out.
tell somebody though. I'm trying to think. There's something. Yeah, we had a talk where we got the steward involved, and we was like, dude, you gotta go. You gotta stay in the water a little longer than what you stand in.
You can't just go in there and turn a circle and get out like Jaquan.
Yeah. Nah, for real. We sure did.
He's 9. He's a boy, a little 9-year-old. That's what they do. He didn't get hip though. He know now. After Shirley threatened to scrub him down and put him in there, he ain't made that mistake since.
I remember I smelled my underarm one time, and I understood immediately that this can't be the get down, bro. This can't be the get down. That shit was fucking terrible. Just like, I think I was like 7th grade or some shit. Like, deodorant was hit and miss. Take it back, nigga, hit and miss, nigga. Are you old enough for deodorant at the time? You got hair on your pits, or you just put it there? Whatever the case was, though, I just remember after I think playing a sports hoop game or something, and I just smelled that shit, and I was just like, man, I hit my mom. I was like, Mom, I need to get some stuff, and she was just like, yeah, nigga, because you stink, and I learned something. Yeah. And my dad, though, he really didn't fuck around. See, he's just like, niggas, you clean your assholes out. You fucking niggas stink. He was talking shit.
Wow.
He would let a nigga know right off the top. So it was like, nigga was real, I'm weird about that type of shit.
Deodorant is key though too. Like all deodorants don't work for all bodies. You better know what works for you.
Right.
Oh, you'll be running around with
spend some money. Figure it out.
You be stinking anyway.
Excuse me. That Whopper Jr. smell, that musk. Extra musk, nigga.
Okay.
Like I said, that little 5-year-old boy. This little 5-year-old been having. We've been putting deodorant on him for a minute because he ripe. He 5, but he ain't never had no immunizations.
That's that concentrate. That's that concentrate. That's that concentrate.
He got a different type of thing going on. I was like, oh my God, is that you?
Yeah, that's him.
This is me. Is that you? Yeah, Nanny. Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet Lord.
So you think Taylor Swift's boyfriend was is a racist or something?
I've seen that.
I didn't know if that was even a thing, but I didn't even know who the guy is. I guess he's some kind of famous singer. But he was talking about ghetto gaggers. Or no, what's that? Who else said? You know what that is, right? Or no, you know exactly what that is. That is so humiliating. I don't watch that shit. I refuse to watch that shit. That's the worst, so I'm gonna leave that alone.
Excuse me.
Shit, man. What you cook for dinner, Ronald?
I'm waiting to cook after the show. I was running around all day. Yeah, I got a steak.
What you gonna cook?
I got a steak ready.
Oh, steak. Yeah, I did steak for 2 days straight. So
This is my steak in a long time. Not that long, but at least a week or so.
Medium rare, baby. That motherfucker was divine.
Mm-hmm.
Both times. I did that and shrimp last night and smashed that shit. Was asleep. The basketball game wasn't shit. Yeah. Never broke the niggas. Man, but next week got some good fights coming on. Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor is fighting. Can't wait to watch that. And Who else is fighting? Oh, Clarissa Shields is fighting tomorrow on DAZN.
Who fighting her?
I'm not sure. I forget the lady's name, but she's fighting tomorrow on DAZN. I hope that it's in America. If not, it's good. If it's overseas, it's an afternoon, morning fight. So I have to check actually and see.
Is she supposed to win? She favored to win?
Probably.
Is there somebody out there that can beat her? Clarissa?
I'm sure that there is, but I don't know. She ain't lost, so it's really that.
It's in the name.
So what?
It's in the name.
Clarissa Shields.
Claire.
Oh, Clarissa Shields. Well, she ain't been beat. But there's not much competition in the ladies sport, in the ladies boxing, and so it's kind of hard to find those tough competition and stuff like that. Alicia Bumgardner, she bad too. She and she can box her ass, so she's dope as fuck. She's who I like more than actually Clarissa Shields.
Is she a heavyweight or whatever, same division?
No, she's lighter. See, that's the thing. Like these gals have to go up and down in weights just to find, to fight top competition. Because
they said that Clarissa don't have knockout power.
I mean, whatever. I mean, she got skills.
Right, but if she fight that lightweight that you're talking about, and that girl got heavy hands, now we talking.
I think when it comes to female boxing, why I don't watch it or I'm not interested. I am for certain fights, but it's still it's a fucking tease because they only fight 2-minute rounds, and it's like, what the fuck is that all about? So and until they decide to let the women fight 3 rounds like they let the men fight, it's not that interesting. 1 minute to fucking 30 seconds to fill out, another 30 seconds you start, in boxing, it's like you gotta about 30 seconds to a minute to kind of fill the round out. Then you start kind of getting in there, mixing a little bit in the last 2 minutes. It's like women's boxing, you got to get right to it. And so, I guess I don't know what's 1 more minute, but until they start doing that shit, I think it's kind of hard for me. But I'm gonna try to remember to catch her fight though. But Ivory, to answer your question, it's not like not a competition, but I'm sure there's somebody could challenge her, but I couldn't give you a name right off the head. So, but yeah, but she's the baddest. I mean, the GOAT is what she calls the greatest woman of all time, or whatever the fuck.
I like her. I like her. Didn't she recently get probably got married within the last couple of years? Didn't she get married the last couple of years?
Not that I knew of.
Yeah. She got a boyfriend or something.
She got a boyfriend, yeah, but I didn't know she could have been married. I don't know. I never heard that, but she cool. I mean, but like I said, it's hard for me to really follow if she don't have no contemporary, that's challenging her or fighting for some of the same things to kind of challenge her. She had a good fight. The one fight when they had an all women's card in over there in England, that shit was dope. Alicia Bumgarner was on it. I just hate the 2-minute round. Way too fucking short, man. It's way too short because it was some good ass fights. And then when you get when the fight gets started, nigga, it's the end of the fucking round. You know what I'm saying? Like at 2 minutes, that's when the fight gets started. And then then it's like it's over. You got to think, man. So a championship bout for a female fight is only 24 minutes long.
What happened to all this equal rights shit?
I'm saying though, like what? I mean, like in basketball, women play the same amount of time as men do.
Yeah, she's not married. She just got a boyfriend.
Yeah, shot clock. They play with a shot clock like guys. Like, what's the fucking problem? What's the problem? 3 minutes, man. I would be way some more supportive. But like I said, at 2 minutes, that's when the fight gets started. So you got a 1 minute scrap. You know what I'm saying? Like after they didn't filter everything out. Oh no, that's just my thoughts on it. Yeah, but Clarissa Shields, yeah, she I just ain't see nobody that could challenge her at this point. Nobody.
Yeah.
For real, for real. So what y'all got going on this weekend, this Saturday?
I'm pulling weeds.
Your
Not the smoking weeds.
You doing your mom's yard or your yard?
I gotta do mine this weekend, and then my mom's the next weekend, the next couple weekends.
I gotta still get my lawnmower fixed.
Yeah, them blackberries at my mom's house ain't no joke. They pulling the fence down. Shit.
Yeah, I done went and got through all mines for now, but I'm gonna stay on them motherfuckers.
You got to.
And I mean, it's easy. It's easier to stay on them as soon as I see them. Just go and start clipping them.
And then they got casseron that you can put down too. Basically, what it does is it's these little granules, and when the water, works it into the system, it's basically puts like a vapor barrier to where weeds can't grow. So that's what I'm about to do once I get all these weeds pulled up. Cause this is bullshit.
So you gotta pull the weeds first.
Yep.
Then put it down.
Yep.
I need the poison so I can poison these motherfuckers.
You gotta pull them up first and then lay that shit down. Cause if you just do the poison down, it's gonna take a minute for them to get all brown and shit, and you gotta pull them up. Yeah, the best way, man, unfortunately, is to get down there on your hands and knees and get all that shit up, and then lay the poison down, and then you good. But it's gonna take a while, bro. Ask me how I know. Shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you remember the weed pullers? I still got one. It's like a fork, and you stick it with your foot down, and then you pull it up.
Shit. That nigga Ray got a whole bunch of weeds. Shit, he gonna have one leg that's gonna be buffered than the rest.
Man, for real. Shit, man. I'm a rototill that shit up.
Yeah.
That'll be our best bet, just to rototill both sides of the fence, and then clear all that other shit out, and then put the things down, put the poison down, clear that off on the other side of the fence.
Dig down and put that weed barrier down. After you put the poison down, put the weed barrier down.
Yeah.
Put the slow back on top.
Put what you say, Claire? Put the what on top?
Like a weed barrier down. So if you dig down like 6 to 12 inches, you put the poison down, but you can put a weed barrier down, like plastic or whatever it is they put down there. And then they put the soil back on top. And then your grass, your flowers, your whatever it is you
they kill the weeds under it to die off and shit.
Yep, and it keeps them from that top layer. That's a whole pain in the ass, but it's not a bad idea to do if you're gonna rototill.
Yeah, well, I was talking about rototilling because that's the best way to chop up all them goddamn.
Yeah, and it grinds up the soil and brings some of that healthier soil up to the top.
Exactly.
It's like stirring the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Aerating your soul. Your soil.
There you go, rototilling. Man. Whew. Turn off my.
What did you eat today? What did y'all eat?
Oh, I had turkey pot pies, nigga, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that's it.
What kind of jam?
Watermelon. You had a Euro?
Yeah, it wasn't all that.
So you had to cook the meal.
Did you have lamb or did you have beef or chicken? What'd you have?
I had a lamb Euro.
Yeah, that's the only way to go.
I'm saying, if you're gonna have a Euro, what's the point of having anything else but lamb?
Well, that's how I feel, but other people put other stuff in there, so
Yeah, they have chicken or
no, that's true. I've had one before though, but I like the lamb preferably.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I went to the steakhouse and had with my parents and siblings and all that stuff. Man, that shit was fucking high powered.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was nice.
Yeah, man. Had Wagyu.
Mm-hmm.
Wagyu. We had tomahawk steak.
Wow.
Lamb, all that shit, man. I ate good.
Did the Wagyu melt in your mouth?
It was high powered.
Nice.
You know, that's a super expensive fucking.
Yeah, I never had that.
I'm gonna tell you, it's super fucking expensive, nigga. So I savored every bite of that motherfucker. It's worth because it's like grass fed, and you know, it's the way it's, you know, the fat on it and all this kind of stuff. My stepmom, she explained to me the importance. So it's super expensive or whatever, but they brought it out on those slabs, that slab of rock or whatever.
Yeah.
It's sizzling.
Yes, oh man.
Cooked it to perfection.
And it's already sliced at the medium rare. Oh my goodness, that shit was amazing.
First open up, we had something similar. I don't know if you remember that, Ray.
What's that?
The Uchus. When they first opened up.
Oh
they
yeah.
had that served on the rock.
Oh yeah, we all went over there when they first opened.
Yeah.
Because remember, we used to go to the bars and hang out, and then Uchus would be open. Remember, because they stayed up until like
in there
2.
but us.
Yeah, we up until 2 in the morning. They had all that shit. They had because their thing was when they first opened was fried chicken and sushi.
Yep.
Which was a perfect fucking combination. Because with that fried chicken, after having like a couple of bites of sushi, oh nigga, that shit was fire in the basket, bro.
Is that place still open?
Yeah, they still open.
Popping now. We was one of the first customers.
Yeah, when I met the dude who actually, I met the guy who bought it before it opened. I met him at Molokos when I first moved over here. A friend of mine, we went to Molokos and was just checking out the scene. I had never, been up since I lived here or whatever. And I stopped over there and shit and was just kind of looking around, the neighborhood and shit, and I ran into the guy. He was like, yeah, we're getting ready. He gave me his card and everything. We're getting ready to open Uchus. It's a fried chicken sushi spot. It's a black guy. So met the guy. He gave us a card or whatever. And he invited us to the grand opening or whatever. I think I hit you guys up and told y'all about it and all that. And, shit, it was a wrap after that. I would go in there and do the bartenders and shit and all that.
Yeah, it was cool.
I was in there.
Yeah,
I haven't been in years, though. I haven't been in years.
Yeah, I haven't been back.
I'm going to go back next week, though. I'm going to promise myself that. Yeah, I'm going to go back next week. Check it out. But shit, I ain't doing nothing tomorrow, but get my ass up, go work out. If I decide I want to really go work out.
Oh yeah, I am gonna finally meet with my grandfather tomorrow for breakfast.
Oh, y'all going up there? You're going? It's going up?
Yeah.
11 o'clock regular time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might come and have coffee with y'all, a drink or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. I've been up there the last couple of days, or last couple of times.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, my staycation, that's where I was having my meals at.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. Well, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to an end to the PDXDOPE Live podcast. I want to thank you all for joining us. We will be back at you guys again with another one next Friday. Preferably sooner. Maybe we'll have a full staff. We have people back in town and all of that, though. But I want to thank you guys for joining us. And yeah, man, we'll be back to do this again, though. But you guys have a great Friday night and have a fabulous weekend. Deuces.
I'm right here, I ain't going nowhere. Got something to dance to for players and squares. Drugs and booze we share. The smell of weed, smoking, sex in the air. Come and play with me if you dare. It's hotter than Hell's Kitchen, women everywhere. We living it up until the clock stop. Rockin' hip hop, we go hard to the last shot. Or my body drop, playing it in the box. I do.
still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're still alive?
Yep. And we're back with another episode of the PDXDOPE Live podcast on Friday late night. Yeah, this is the double back for you motherfuckers. Just kidding.